my girls. Today, time has turned back, so it's 5:30 and the sun be going down. Still want so bad to get my shed cleaned out and the lumber sorted and everything and stored properly and my truck back under the thing before more tar falls on it from the pine tree. Got the lawnmower set out there by those kratom plants so I can get them moved to the new greenhouse tomorrow. Got to try to, supposed to be down to, it said 34 this morning, now it's saying 35, but that's for 42 tonight, and then the 30s the next couple of nights. And had a little bit of rain, so these out here, those kratoms down there, are going in the greenhouse over there that we just got the covers on, the one on the inside and the outside. And I still got to build the doors and do some other things, but ain't gonna be no heat in that one other than what the sun provides. And still have fruits on the miracle fruit here, and I hope to get another start of them for germinating and everything, and I hope to use them. My blood sugar was way better when I was using those, and we got to see about trying to get the beetle leaves here under cover, and I'm thinking that these out here are probably going to end up in the new greenhouse with no heat, just to try to see how it does. And this is the greenhouse here that I put up back in January, February, and I've said before that I'm not really impressed with the cover. I like the frame, and so I've bought 4 of them now, but the last 2 I covered because I wanted it to last with a 4-year plastic, and I saved the covers for recovering these 2, and I'm glad I did, because whenever I tried to close it yesterday and close that zipper, it ripped out. And it's been such things as the screen wire, or not, it's not wire, it's a fiberglass netting in some of the windows has deteriorated and ripped, and the Velcro isn't doing very well on the windows at this point, and so don't like their covers too good. And that was this one, the way I've got it set up now, and everything else I can, after I use the other 2 covers that I've saved to replace these, then I'll go with the 4-year plastic, and we won't be buying no more covers from these folks, because I don't think they hold up very well. I did increase the size of this one, and my helper and I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Anyway, we built doors for this one, and they're in there, and they go up to here, and then you roll up the tarp, and if and when I replace their covers with plastic, then I'll frame this in the way I have the new one out there, and get it to where I can stretch plastic over it and secure it. But right now it has the doors, and they're covered inside with vinyl, and that's what's going on. my helper Mia had started some time ago before we got into greenhouses and everything else that she has helped me with, had cleaned part of the asparagus bed, and it's already partially grown back up. But this is asparagus, and it has outgrown the briars and the weeds, and so I am hoping that we can get it all cleaned back up again, and maybe along about March I'll get back into eating asparagus again, which I do love, and we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. If you've watched previous videos, you know that I had one of the big cratums setting out here, and I got it moved in yesterday, and I closed the doors here. And part of that is closing up. Right now I am really pushed for time and everything else, and all the watering I'm having to do, and it has been dry, and I'm very, very grateful for the rains we've had, even though we all kind of got wet this morning stretching plastic out there. Got to move my turmeric all in. Got to get the moringa here under cover, and that's 1 year's growth, and it hasn't been taken care of. They haven't been fertilized the way they ought to be, and you can see the old stumps on them, and there's some humongous seed pods. Some years ago, whenever I first got a seed pod, I let it form all the way out and tried the seeds, and none of them germinated. And so I don't know. This year though, I harvested a few and cooked, and there's a few of the smaller ones right there that I may still try to salvage tomorrow. But tomorrow I plan on cutting these back, and I'll put them under the awning over there, and anyway, see how they do. The big one here is just gonna have to suffer the fate of cold weather, and the little one, this one is growing too, and those have come back now. 3 or 4 years that they have came back, and that must be a good 20 foot. And I've had seed pods on them in the past, but this year right now I don't have the seed pods. But that's the way the greenhouse is looking after we got the plastic on it today. And on the one on the inside, like I say, this is a experiment, a greenhouse inside a greenhouse. And so I'm going to see what happens with it. My loofah squash, I can only assume the frost will get them tomorrow night, probably, the cold. And I had thought I would get out here and get them, all the brown were harvested today, but after the rain and all, I figured it would be better to leave them and try it tomorrow after they've had a chance to dry good. And I don't know whether to leave the others, the green ones and everything, until after the frost, or go ahead and take them out green and try to dry them. I just don't know. But then if you can look through to the second fence back, where's my finger? Can't point. Second fence is back there, and they're all up in the tree here. I think there's about a half a dozen up in that tree or more, and probably going to end up cutting the tree down for firewood to get my My gourds. Gotta have my loofahs. Just wish I had somebody to scrub my back for me. But that's the way things are going today, November 1st. And this is the first time, like I said, we just got the plastic on today, so this is a whole new view. Got my greenhouse, got my new roof line, and got my solar panels. Got another greenhouse and one the other side of it that you can't see, but anyway, and got a bunch of weeds that I still hope that I can keep getting the help from the kids, the girls, ladies, whatever, and get some things back under control again and enjoy my yard. What is it, Diddy Dog? This is the plant that the gourds are growing up in out there in the garden, and it is a Chinese tallow. And I'm told you can take and cook down the seed pods and get a tallow from it to make candles. Never tried it. It's just something I've heard. Here in South Georgia, it is an invasive species, and they come up everywhere. You can see the seeds the way they are, and the number that's up there in the tree. And the birds love them, and the birds poop, and that fertilizes the seed, and it comes up. And working back here the other day, cut a whole bunch of my hibiscus off before it ever had a chance to flower. But those are the flowers on this hibiscus. And it doesn't go to seed, but I did root this one and some others, and I have shared a few out. And I do need to root some more and put it on the catalog. I don't have no catalog, but anyway, on the list of things that I do have that I could part with. "13 minutes is just a real nice place to stop, I think. I moved my dragon tail. If you've seen other videos, you know my dragon tail was sitting there, and now it's in the greenhouse back there. And so much more is going to get moved around tomorrow. And I'll do another video before long. I still intend to do a video on showing the inside of the greenhouse and the way I framed it up to hook the plastic to it. Blessings, everyone. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Vote before the 3rd, or on the 3rd.